Hello, children. I am back again with Social Studies, chapter number 5, class 6, Geography, Major Domains of the Earth, lecture number 4 by Bhavna Kaushik. Now, as we have covered the two topics, that was lithosphere and hydrosphere, so now the third topic is atmosphere. Now, we are going to cover this topic, atmosphere. We will study like what is atmosphere. The earth is surrounded by a layer of gas called the atmosphere. This thin blanket of air is an integral and important aspect of the planet. It provides us with the air we breathe and protects us from the harmful effects of sun's rays. Now, our earth is surrounded by a thin layer of gas which is known as atmosphere. And now this thin blanket of air, it is a very important aspect of this planet earth, because if it is not there, it will not be present over there, then the harmful ultraviolet rays which directly come from the sun, they are going to affect our skin, which are very very harmful for us. And it also provides us with the air to breathe. Okay, now you can see a pic over here. This pic is showing a earth and it is surrounded by a thin layer of gas, that is atmosphere. The atmosphere extends up to a height of about 1600 kilometers. The atmosphere is divided into 5 layers based on composition, temperature, and other properties. Now, our atmosphere extends up to a height of about 1600 kilometers, and the atmosphere is divided further into 5 layers which are based on composition, temperature, and other properties. Now you can see on your screens the different 5 layers. The first is the troposphere, second is the stratosphere, third is the mesosphere, fourth is the thermosphere or the ionosphere, and the fifth layer is exosphere. And all these layers are having different composition, temperature, and other properties. Okay? And one by one we are going to study about them. First layer is troposphere. Okay? Now it is the layer closest to the earth and all weather changes occur in this layer. 90% of all air is found in this layer. About in which layer? In troposphere. 90% of the air is found in this layer and all weather changes occur in this layer. It also contains most of the water vapor and dust particles present in the atmosphere. Now, the troposphere extends from the surface of the earth to an altitude varying from 8 to 17 kilometers. Temperature and pressure and air pressure decrease with increase in altitude over here. Altitude means what? Height. Okay. So, temperature and pressure, it decrease with the increase in the altitude. As high you will go, the temperature and pressure is decreasing. This is the most important layer for the life on earth. Why? Because 90% of air is found in this layer, which is troposphere. Now the second layer is stratosphere. It stretches beyond the troposphere, means it is above the troposphere, and it is the layer where the aeroplanes fly. Now in this layer you can find the aeroplanes flying. The stratosphere extends from the troposphere to altitude ranging from 17 to 50 kilometers. Troposphere from 18 to 17. Now stratosphere is 17 to 50. Like the troposphere layer, we can say it is from 18 to 17, and this layer is from 17 to 50. Okay, above the troposphere, kilometers high. Above the sea level. The stratosphere contains the ozone layer. Now this layer contains the ozone layer. Now you might have heard the word ozone. So this layer, stratosphere, is having this ozone layer, and it is this layer that prevents the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun from reaching the earth. Temperature rises in this zone. So this is the second layer of the atmosphere. Third layer is mesosphere. Okay, now it extends from the stratosphere to around 80 kilometers above the sea level. In this mesosphere, temperature decreases as the altitude increases. Now troposphere, then stratosphere, above stratosphere is mesosphere. Now over here temperature is decreasing. Why? Because of the altitude. The altitude is increasing, so temperature is decreasing. The upper boundary of the mesosphere is the mesopause, where the coldest temperature in the Earth's atmosphere, that is about minus 90 degrees Celsius, is found. Now above the mesosphere, this is the mesosphere. Above the mesosphere, it is the mesopause. And over here, the temperature is found as minus 90 degree Celsius, the coldest temperature. Okay. So this was the mesosphere. Now the next layer is the fourth layer, thermosphere. We also say to this layer as ionosphere. It is also known as ionosphere. It extends above the mesosphere up to around 1000 kilometers above the sea level. It is electrically charged or ionized by solar radiation. Now over here, whatever the solar radiations they come towards the earth, they have been absorbed in this sphere, which is the thermosphere. Why? Because over here the charged ions are found. Over here in this layer, the charged ions are found. Henceforth, whatever solar radiations are found over here, they have been absorbed by these ions because they are charged ions over here, and that is why this layer is known as ionosphere. That is why this layer is also known as ionosphere layer. One, the name is thermosphere, the other name is ionosphere, and it gradually mixes with the exosphere. Now afterwards, after this layer is the last layer, which is the exosphere. Now the last layer of atmosphere is the exosphere. Now it extends above the ionosphere, and the exosphere gives way to space. Now this is the last layer, and over here we can say that we have gone into space. Air in the exosphere is extremely thin. Over here the air which is found is very, very thin. So these are the 5 layers of the atmosphere: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Now we will study the composition of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is composed mainly of nitrogen and oxygen, which make up about 99% of clean dry air. That means nitrogen, the composition of nitrogen is maximum, that is 78%, oxygen is 21%, and other gases like carbon dioxide, argon and other comprise 1% by volume. Oxygen is the breath of life, while nitrogen helps us in the growth of living organisms. You can again see all the 5 layers over here. You can see over here in this pic, you can see the aeroplanes moving, you can see the satellites, you can see the ions, all these things you can see. Our next topic is biosphere, the domain of life. Okay, till now we have studied about the 3 spheres, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. So our fourth topic or the fourth sphere is biosphere, which is the domain of life. Now if we talk about the biosphere, first we have already studied about the 3 spheres, like lithosphere is land, then hydrosphere is water, and then atmosphere is air. If we talk that if for a person land is only important, then that is also wrong. If we talk that for a person, if hydrosphere is only like water is only important and he can survive, then that will be also wrong. Then if we talk that for one person only air is important, water and land is not, then that is also not correct, because for the survival we need all the 3 things, that is land, air and water. And where all these 3 things are going to find, like if we see, this is the lithosphere, this is the hydrosphere, this is the atmosphere, where all the 3 zones. Now if we see, this is the lithosphere, this is hydrosphere and this is atmosphere. Now where all these 3 zones are interconnecting or meeting, so this narrow zone is known as biosphere. Now biosphere is a narrow zone of contact between land, water and air. This is land, water and air. And over here life exists. Okay, over here life exists, where land, water and air, all the 3 zones are found, where there life exists. Now, as we have understood about the biosphere where the life exists, so now all the living organisms, including the humans, are linked to each other and to the biosphere for survival. That means whatever living organisms are, or we can say we all are also, including the humans, they are linked with each other and to the biosphere for the survival. As we need, the human beings, they need land also, water also, and air also. And same for the plants also. Plants also need the land or the soil to survive, and even they need water, and also they need the air, or as they intake the carbon dioxide and they give us the oxygen gas, which is very, very important for us. So in this way we can say that each and everything is interlinked with each other. They are interdependent with each other. Like plants are interdependent on human beings, and then also on the animals, and animals also need plants. So in this way each and everyone is interlinked with each other, and human beings also need land, air, water, and even plants also need air, land, and water. So in this way we can say that the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom, they are also interlinked with each other. So in this way, interrelation among the three domains of the environment explained. That means there is an interrelation between the three domains of the environment. What are the three domains? Like land, water, air. All these three domains of environment are interlinked with each other. How? As I have explained you first also, that without land we cannot survive. You cannot, if there will be no land, then where are you going to stay? Just now also, if you are sitting or standing, you are sitting or standing on a land only. And without water also you will not be able to survive. You need water to drink, and air also you need to breathe. So in this way all the three domains of the earth are interlinked with each other, and henceforth we need biosphere also, which is the domain of life. Life exists over here. Okay. Now from this picture you can see that all the three domains are interlinked with each other. You can see atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere. Water is where on land. You can see the lithosphere, land, rocks, and atmosphere is also present. And all these three domains together they combine and make another sphere, that is biosphere. So we need to protect the four limbs of the earth because they are very, very important for us. In recent times, human activities have degraded the four limbs. It is important to protect them. Industrial emissions and industrial effluents, they are polluting the water bodies and also the air. It is our duty to save our earth. Children, here the chapter finishes. Hope you have understood the chapter. To read the chapter once again, and by the time, stay home, stay safe in this COVID time, and thank you.